Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 1/4 percentage point.
I was fired for holding the line on scientific integrity, but that line does not disappear with me.
U.S. President Donald Trump was welcomed to Windsor with a royal procession on Wednesday as he kicked off his historic second visit to the UK. Trump and his wife Melania are being hosted by King Charles at Windsor Castle, the oldest and largest inhabited castle in the world. The British Royal Air Force jetted across the grounds in part of what Britain says is its largest military ceremonial welcome for a state visit in living memory. Trump is an overt royal fan and has made little secret of his delight at being not just the first U.S. leader, but the first elected politician to be invited for 2 state visits.
But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country.
But outside the lavish pageantry, the president's visit drew large protests. In London, thousands took to the streets holding anti-Trump posters and Palestinian flags. And in Windsor, a picture of Trump and the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was displayed on a van and on one of the castle's towers, though Trump was not there at the time. Polls show Trump is widely unpopular in Britain, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer faces plummeting poll ratings of his own, as well as economic woes. Starmer wants further progress on trade after Britain secured the first deal with Trump to lower some tariffs. He will host Trump at his Chequers country residence on Thursday.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinched me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch,
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Oh, you don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close, or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise. While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
ABC said on Wednesday it was pulling Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air after comments by the show's late-night host about Charlie Kirk's assassination. The influential right-wing activist was shot dead at an event at a Utah university on September 10th. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson was arrested after a 33-hour manhunt and formally charged for Kirk's murder this week. In his Monday night monologue, Kimmel said, quote, "We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it." According to voter records, Robinson was a registered voter but was not affiliated with a political party. Kimmel also criticized Trump's mourning of Kirk, playing this video of the president taking questions from reporters on the White House lawn a day after the shooting.
May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
ABC's decision comes as Trump has repeatedly pressured broadcasters to stop airing content he has found objectionable and called on the Federal Communications Commission to pull licenses from stations. Earlier on Wednesday, the head of the FCC, Brendan Carr, had urged local broadcasters to stop airing Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC. He suggested the commission could open an investigation as a result and that broadcasters could potentially be fined or lose their licenses if there was a pattern of distorted comment. In a Wednesday social media post, Trump celebrated the decision, congratulating ABC for, quote, "finally having the courage to do what had to be done." Meanwhile, a number of Democratic lawmakers criticized ABC's decision, saying that free speech was under attack. Kimmel did not respond to a Reuters request for comment on Wednesday.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by 1/4 percentage point.
Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell made the case for the central bank's first interest rate cut since December at a Wednesday news conference following its two-day meeting. The widely expected quarter-point reduction was announced along with the release of projections showing that 2 more quarter percentage point reductions are anticipated at the remaining 2 policy meetings this year. This indicates Fed officials have begun to downplay the risk that President Donald Trump's trade policies will stoke persistent inflation and are now more concerned about weakening growth and small increases in non-farm payrolls.
What's different now is that you see a very different picture of the risks to the labor market. You've seen, we were looking at 150,000 jobs a month at the time of the last meeting, and now we see the revisions and we see the new numbers. And I don't want to put too much emphasis on payroll job creation, but it's just one of the things that suggests that the labor market is really cooling off.
The vote was nearly unanimous, with only Fed Governor Stephen Miron pushing for a 0.5 percentage point rate cut. He joined the meeting for the first time since winning Senate confirmation this week. Miron is Trump's top White House economic advisor and has gone on unpaid leave while he works at the Fed.
Does this compromise the Fed's independence from day-to-day politics? And relatedly, how can you maintain the public's perception the Fed is politically independent with this dynamic? Thank you.
So we did welcome a new committee member today, as we always do, and the committee remains united in pursuing our dual mandate goals. We're strongly committed to maintaining our independence, and beyond that, I really don't have anything to share.
Among those voting in favor of the decision was Fed Governor Lisa Cook, who attended the meeting despite Trump's effort to fire her, and after 2 courts supported her challenge to his attempted dismissal.
Do you see the court case around Lisa Cook as being related to questions of Fed independence?
I see it as a court case that it would be inappropriate for me to comment on.
Rate futures markets see more than a 90% probability of another rate cut at the Fed's next meeting in late October.
U.S. stocks ended mixed on Wednesday, with the Dow gaining more than 0.5%, the S&P 500 dipping 0.1%, and the Nasdaq shedding 0.33%. The U.S. Federal Reserve cut interest rates by an expected 25 basis points and projected 2 more quarter percentage point cuts this year. While Fed Chair Jerome Powell discussed the mounting risks to employment, he said inflation concerns still must be managed. Lower rates should be a catalyst to keep the bull market rally going, says Eric Ditton, president and managing director of the Wealth Alliance.
Since 1994, there have been 8 times that the Fed has cut rates within 2 weeks of an S&P high, 1-year high. It's happened 8 times. All 8 times, the market was higher 1 year out, median 14.5%. It's just pointing to the momentum that you get in the markets when you have a dovish Fed. And that is clearly what we have now.
Financial stocks helped boost the Dow, with American Express gaining more than 2.5% and Goldman Sachs adding more than 1%. Among other movers, shares of Lyft popped more than 13% on the news that Alphabet's Waymo would launch autonomous cab rides in Nashville next year in collaboration with the ride-hailing firm. Shares of rival Uber fell 5%. And shares of Workday jumped more than 7% on the news that activist investor Elliott Management took a more than $2 billion stake in the human resources software provider.
Well, we'll start you off this morning with a special weather statement. Patchy dense fog has developed across the area early this morning. Visibility ranging from unrestricted to less than 1/4 of a mile. Fog is most widespread in dense and low-lying areas, especially near creeks and rivers. So just be advised of that situation. As we now go into the details of the forecast over the next 5 days, plenty of sunshine today with temperatures in the low 80s. Clear to partly cloudy skies tonight and lows in the upper 50s. Friday, looking at morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, upper 70s. Saturday, partly cloudy, upper 70s. Sunday, isolated thunderstorms, a high of 80. Monday, scattered thunderstorms with temperatures in the low 70s. We're right around 49, 50-ish degrees here in northwest Pennsylvania. 7:18 is our time. This is the morning drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Happy Thursday. Yeah, that's right. Today is Thursday, getting you closer to the weekend.
It's the morning drill, helping start your day. Wake up with Luke and Amy. The sun's gonna shine my way.
All right, Thursday morning. How's it going? We're doing all right?
We made it this
No. Okay, this far, but we have not made it yet.
I have not made it.
Not to Friday, not to the weekend. Looking forward to the weekend, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be busy, but yeah. Speaking of busy, somebody was really busy yesterday. You got home from work, and you did a lot yesterday. I can't believe how much you got done yesterday. This is insane. And I had every intention of coming home early to do some stuff.
Yeah, you were going to help me. So I'm just going to kick it into gear and get started. But once I started, I couldn't stop.
Yeah. I had a couple projects I had to get done, and I was running late. And I got home, and, you were...
Summer's gone from the side porch, and...
Which we really didn't take advantage of this summer that much, I don't think. Sitting on the porch, having a cup of coffee. Did we do it at all?
We did it once.
Huh.
I know, it stunk.
I know we didn't have a summer where we sat on the porch and watched a nice thunderstorm roll through.
No,
that didn't happen.
No.
Man, it is dry out there. I think...
It's dreadful.
Was it possibly Sunday, an isolated thunderstorm? Maybe some scattered thunderstorms to start the week. Next week. So here yesterday, was it yesterday? I'm like, oh yeah, there's no shot of rain. It's all clear. It just looks great. And yeah, that's completely changed for next week. So there's a lot of showers and scattered thunderstorms now in the forecast. So listen, I really can't say anything, right? Because we need it.
It's so dry. So dry. It's crazy.
We're going to get to birthdays and what we're celebrating. We have that for you here this morning. We got a lot of, there's so much going on in news in the world of business. We'll bring you some additional things during the 7:30 news break this morning. So if you're just joining us and you're trying to get caught up on the world, Fed rates have dropped. I think, did Jerome Powell say there'll be a couple more later this year?
I didn't listen.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be.
So,
shocking.
The good and bad with this.
There's always good and bad. I mean, you're looking at it from an investment standpoint. As the rates drop, it's difficult. But you're looking also from a lending standpoint, where it's more affordable to, get the things you need. So it's
like a car, a house,
even refinancing your house. Like our college students are, for their loans for school, and there's good and there's bad.
Okay. And the bad would be more on the investment side.
On the investment side, right? Yeah.
Okay, so.
And then there's the long term. I don't know. There's a fine balance, and we're not even going to touch on it with, how it affects the economy as a whole. And it's. Some people are happy and some people are not. So
yeah, well, that's life.
It is. It's truth. It's
No matter what, whether it's kids, sports, or finances,
I know.
Okay, let's just leave it at that.
Look at you. Are we really gonna go there?
No.
Is Amy gonna get on that soapbox today?
No, we're not gonna get on that soapbox. Yeah.
Take a drink of my coffee now.
No, it just goes back to this whole thing of I don't know. We have good kids today.
We do.
There are good kids, but there are also kids who show no respect and are a pain in the butt. And
yeah, Entitled. Spoiled.
No, nobody. No. Like parents. Some parents are to blame for this.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I just keep thinking of what is it? The Country Bears. Whoop. Whoop, little Buford. Sometimes little Buford needs whooped.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You can't do that today.
No.
I'm not advocating violence. I'm just saying a little pat on the backside is, yeah. Anyways, that's a whole different thing. We're not going to get into that. Again, I'm not advocating violence. I'm not saying it's right to beat anybody. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. But it just seems
like it's not hard. It's not harsh to say if our kids have bad grades, there's consequence. The phone is gone. Our youngest is not a video game player, but our oldest, the video games are gone. Like there's consequence. Get your grades up.
Yeah.
If you get in trouble in school, I am not the parent who says, "Oh, my poor baby." I'm the mom who says, "What'd you do? Like, what did you do now?" Okay, no, you did something because this is the point that we're at. Like, what did you do? How did you contribute to this? I have zero,
By the way, you take the same approach with the dog, like when he gets into the garbage and stuff. It's like, what did you do?
When he meets us at the door,
how did we get here?
Shaking.
Yeah. This is
what
what I
did
don't
you do
understand.
now? Did you go to the bathroom or did you get in the garbage? Oh my gosh.
And he knows. That's what I don't understand. He knows he was bad.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're not talking about hurting your children. It's like there has to be a consequence, and they have to own part of that. Sorry.
All right. Let's get to birthdays. So I was not planning on talking about that this morning. Yeah. Try to keep it fun here this morning. Wow.
I know, right?
Really heavy.
Listen. All right. Am I talking?
I don't. Is today the 18th? 18th.
Yeah.
18th day of September. Who's celebrating a birthday?
Holly Robinson is 61.
And she's the one that used to be Holly Robinson Pete, right?
Yeah, it might be. Oh, it is Pete. There's a Pete there. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
I don't even. Jada Pinkett Smith. There's Smith there.
Right.
54. Actor James Marsden is 52. Actor Jason Sudeikis is 50. And that is all.
All right. Happy birthday to all those celebrities. Happy birthday to you if today happens to be your birthday here today. All right. Over to what we're celebrating.
Today is Chile Independence Day, Chiropractic Founders Day, Global Company Culture Day, Hug a Greeting Card Writer Day, International Equal Pay Day, Locate an Old Friend Day, National Cheeseburger Day, National Day of Civic Hacking, National First Love Day,
Cheeseburger,
National HIV/AIDS and Aging Awareness Day, National Pawpaw Day, National Report Kickback Fraud Day, National Respect Day, Purple Bra Day, Read an Ebook Day.
I'm glad I picked the right color today.
Rice Krispie Treat Day, U.S. Air Force Day, Wales International Film Festival, World Water Monitoring Day, and that's all.
All right. Find something there to celebrate. There was something earlier. I was going to ask you about one of those things. I don't remember what you said.
U.S. Air Force, Rice Krispie Treats.
That sounds good.
It does sound
good. Rice Krispie treat.
So, like a couple years ago, one of our local stores had pumpkin spice marshmallows. And I got the Halloween Rice Krispies and used the pumpkin spice marshmallows. Man, was that good.
Oh.
And
but you didn't make that for us. You
yet.
made that for a little get-together you had, didn't you?
No, I made it for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did we eat it?
You didn't.
Right.
Your
The kids did. Okay.
But it was really good, and now I can't find pumpkin spice marshmallows.
We had a story months and months and months ago about there was probably going to be very small supply of like Halloween items this year because of the tariff scares and all that, right? Mm-hmm. and companies didn't know what people were going to be ordering. So it was basically a story that said, don't be surprised if you can't find stuff for Halloween. And I kind of think that's where we are. Like, there's a lot of stuff that was put out quickly, and I think it was, this is what we have, here it is, because you're already now seeing, and I saw yesterday some other locations of a big box store that is getting the Halloween stuff, whatever they had, moved off to the side, and the Christmas stuff is coming out. So,
well, like, I'm not even going to pretend to know. I feel like maybe, you know, it was a little bit of hesitation to order, hesitation to produce because of, you know.
Yes, that's what it was.
Just.
Yeah, but we ran that story back, it was like February, March, and it was just like, hey, don't be surprised if you get to fall and you're not able to find things. Now, I don't know what's going to happen on the Christmas side of things, but the fact that, and I know retailers get the stuff out early, but I think it's even earlier this year because of the lack of the other stuff.
Gotcha.
So that's why we're not finding the light. And I'm not saying that has nothing to do with food necessarily, but I think there's kind of this push like, okay, if there's not that, is there going to be that much excitement for Halloween? Let's get the Christmas stuff out. So I don't know. We've been saying, hey, we should start picking up bags of candy now, just every week or so. Just grab a couple.
And we don't.
I know.
We say we do, should, but we don't.
But yeah, anyhow. Okay. So a lot there. All right, we're coming up on 7:30. We'll bring you the latest headlines here this morning. Let you know what's going on Wall Street. There's so much happening. Fed with the rate cut, and we've got that story and market talk and all sorts of things coming up. There's a lot. There's so much going on with Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have that story for you. So, and that forecast. If you're just joining us, we'll have your weather forecast. Dense fog this morning, so do be careful if you're out traveling this morning.
The morning drill.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 0.25 percentage point.
I was fired for holding the line on scientific integrity, but that line does not disappear with me.
U.S. President Donald Trump was welcomed to Windsor with a royal procession on Wednesday as he kicked off his historic second visit to the U.K. Trump and his wife Melania are being hosted by King Charles at Windsor Castle, the oldest and largest inhabited castle in the world. The British Royal Air Force jetted across the grounds in part of what Britain says is its largest military ceremonial welcome for a state visit in living memory. Trump is an overt royal fan and has made little secret of his delight at being not just the first U.S. leader, but the first elected politician to be invited for 2 state visits.
But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country.
But outside the lavish pageantry, the president's visit drew large protests. In London, thousands took to the streets holding anti-Trump posters and Palestinian flags. And in Windsor, a picture of Trump and the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was displayed on a van and on one of the castle's towers, though Trump was not there at the time. Polls show Trump is widely unpopular in Britain, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer faces plummeting poll ratings of his own, as well as economic woes. Starmer wants further progress on trade after Britain secured the first deal with Trump to lower some tariffs. He will host Trump at his Checkers Country residence on Thursday.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Discover unforgettable savings of over $8,000 off your next Chevy truck at Community Chevrolet's September to Remember sales event.
It's like the saying goes, a golden retriever never forgets.
I'm not sure you have that right, Clark. You might want to acknowledge the elephant in the room. What's truly memorable is Community's savings this month of more than $8,000 off a 2025 Silverado and nearly $5,000 off top SUVs like the Tahoe. So don't forget about the September to Remember sales event this month only at Community Chevrolet.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place. And now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable, like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born breech, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
I'm Ben Leach, Republican nominee for Magisterial District Judge, reminding you to get out and vote Tuesday, November 4th. As the only candidate with over 13 years of real courtroom experience and a dedicated career in the justice system, I've consistently demonstrated the ability to remain fair and impartial. As I continue my lifelong dedication to serving our community, I strive to be the kind of leader our citizens deserve. On November 4th, vote with confidence for a candidate who is qualified day one, bringing the experience needed to serve as your next Magisterial District Judge.
ABC said on Wednesday it was pulling Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air after comments by the show's late-night host about Charlie Kirk's assassination. The influential right-wing activist was shot dead at an event at a Utah university on September 10th. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson was arrested after a 33-hour manhunt and formally charged for Kirk's murder this week. In his Monday night monologue, Kimmel said, quote, "We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it." According to voter records, Robinson was a registered voter but was not affiliated with a political party. Kimmel also criticized Trump's mourning of Kirk. playing this video of the president taking questions from reporters on the White House lawn a day after the shooting.
May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
ABC's decision comes as Trump has repeatedly pressured broadcasters to stop airing content he has found objectionable and called on the Federal Communications Commission to pull licenses from stations. Earlier on Wednesday, the head of the FCC, Brendan Carr, had urged local broadcasters to stop airing Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC. He suggested the commission could open an investigation as a result and that broadcasters could potentially be fined or lose their licenses if there was a pattern of distorted comment. In a Wednesday social media post, Trump celebrated the decision, congratulating ABC for, quote, finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Meanwhile, a number of Democratic lawmakers criticized ABC's decision, saying that free speech was under attack. Kimmel did not respond to a Reuters request for comment on Wednesday.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 0.25 percentage point.
Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell made the case for the central bank's first interest rate cut since December at a Wednesday news conference following its two-day meeting. The widely expected 0.25 point reduction was announced along with the release of projections showing that 2 more 0.25 percentage point reductions are anticipated at the remaining 2 policy meetings this year. This indicates Fed officials have begun to downplay the risk that President Donald Trump's trade policies will stoke persistent inflation and are now more concerned about weakening growth and small increases in non-farm payrolls.
What's different now is that you see a very different picture of the risks to the labor market. You've seen, we were looking at 150,000 jobs a month at the time of the last meeting, and now we see the revisions and we see the new numbers. And I don't want to put too much emphasis on payroll job creation, but it's just one of the things that suggests that the labor market is really cooling off.
The vote was nearly unanimous, with only Fed Governor Stephen Miron pushing for a 0.5 percentage point rate cut. He joined the meeting for the first time since winning Senate confirmation this week. Miron is Trump's top White House economic advisor and has gone on unpaid leave while he works at the Fed.
Does this compromise the Fed's independence from day-to-day politics? And relatedly,
how can you maintain the public's perception the Fed is politically independent with this dynamic? Thank you.
So we did welcome a new committee member today, as we always do, and the committee remains united in pursuing our dual mandate goals. We're strongly committed to maintaining our independence, and beyond that, I really don't have anything to share.
Among those voting in favor of the decision was Fed Governor Lisa Cook, who attended the meeting despite Trump's effort to fire her, and after 2 courts supported her challenge to his attempted dismissal.
Do you see the court case around Lisa Cook as being related to questions of Fed independence?
You know, I see it as a court case that it would be inappropriate for me to comment on.
Rate futures markets see more than a 90% probability of another rate cut at the Fed's next meeting in late October.
U.S. stocks ended mixed on Wednesday, with the Dow gaining more than 0.5%, the S&P 500 dipping 0.1%, and the Nasdaq shedding 0.33%. The U.S. Federal Reserve cut interest rates by an expected 25 basis points and projected 2 more quarter percentage point cuts this year. While Fed Chair Jerome Powell discussed the mounting risks to employment, he said inflation concerns still must be managed. Lower rates should be a catalyst to keep the bull market rally going, says Eric Ditton, president and managing director of the Wealth Alliance.
Since 1994, there have been 8 times that the Fed has cut rates within 2 weeks of an S&P high, 1-year high. It's happened 8 times. All 8 times, the market was higher 1 year out, median 14.5%. It's just pointing to the momentum that you get in the markets when you have a dovish Fed. And that is clearly what we have now.
Financial stocks helped boost the Dow, with American Express gaining more than 2.5% and Goldman Sachs adding more than 1%. Among other movers, shares of Lyft popped more than 13% on the news that Alphabet's Waymo would launch autonomous cab rides in Nashville next year in collaboration with the ride-hailing firm. Shares of rival Uber fell 5%. And shares of Workday jumped more than 7% on the news that activist investor Elliott Management took a more than $2 billion stake in the human resources software provider.
A high-stakes Fed meeting delivers a rate cut. Eric Ditton of the Wealth Alliance joins us. Eric, the market got the 25 basis point rate cut that it was expecting, but Stephen Myron, Trump ally who was just sworn in, dissented, favoring a 50 basis point cut. What's your reaction?
Very happy that we got that 25 basis point cut. It was pretty much priced in. The market expected it. And the market also expected Steve Myron to do exactly what he did and dissent. He telegraphed it all over the place that he wants at least 50 basis points a la Donald Trump. And he didn't get it. Interestingly, Bowman and Waller, who had previously dissented, did not. They are on board with the 25 basis point cut. So that's interesting. It tells me that Waller and Bowman looked at the data and they're not pounding the table the way Donald Trump is. They're not saying, we've got to get these rates lower in a big way. They're not saying that. And that's why we've got to watch this Fed. This Fed recognizes the weakness in employment, but is not gung-ho on cutting rates. It is watching inflation too and is a little bit concerned.
Would you say that the outcome of this meeting shows that the Fed is asserting its independence amid all of this worry that perhaps it's becoming less independent?
Yes, I think Steve Myron put on the side there for a moment. Yes, I think that I'm happy to say that the Fed looks pretty independent at this point. We've talked about this before. An independent Fed is very, very important, especially as the reserve currency of the world. The world needs to see that we are not manipulated, that we are watching the data and doing what is best for the country.
What new information jumped out at you in the Fed's projections?
The dot plot. We're looking at 1 or 2 more rate cuts this year. The market was hoping for 2. Fed split. It could be 1 or 2. But what no one's really talking about is 2026. 3 cuts were priced in, and the dot plot shows 1. Lisa, that's a pretty big difference. I don't know why the market isn't making more of a big deal over that.
So what do you make of that? What's your opinion on that?
The Fed is torn, that dual mandate. It is clear one of the acknowledgments by the Fed is, hey, employment is taking a hit here. We are definitely slowing down. We are concerned. However, in the same breath, they did note that inflation has moved up. That's a conflicting dual mandate. So I think they're going to be probably more data dependent than ever. They are betwixt and between.
So what does all of this mean for markets going forward?
Everyone likes an easing Fed. If you go back, Lisa, and you look, since 1994, there have been 8 times that the Fed has cut rates within 2 weeks of an S&P high, 1-year high. It's happened 8 times. All 8 times, the market was higher 1 year out, median 14.5%. It's just pointing to the momentum that you get in the markets when you have a dovish Fed. And that is clearly what we have now, given the weakness in employment. Markets like that. It's good for bonds. It's good for stocks.
Meta has launched its latest smart glasses, and they are its first consumer-ready spectacles with a built-in display. Boss Mark Zuckerberg presented the new gadget at the firm's annual event for developers in California on Wednesday, though the tech sometimes let him down.
That's too bad. I don't know what happened.
The new gadget is dubbed the Meta Ray-Ban display and will go on sale later this month, priced from $799. It features a small digital display in the right lens for basic tasks such as notifications.
The display is large enough to watch a video or, read a thread of messages. It appears in one eye, it's slightly off-center so it doesn't block your view, and it disappears after a few seconds when it's not in use so it doesn't distract you.
But Zuckerberg is planning for a day when smart glasses can do much more. He says they are perfect devices for interacting with so-called superintelligence. That's AI that exceeds human capability.
Now, glasses are the ideal form factor for personal superintelligence because they let you stay present in the moment while getting access to all of these AI capabilities that make you smarter, help you communicate better, improve your memory, improve your senses, and more.
Meta has enjoyed some commercial success with earlier versions of its smart glasses, which also got updates Wednesday. But it's widely seen as trailing rivals like OpenAI and Alphabet in developing AI systems. The company has been recruiting aggressively in a bid to close that gap. One analyst told Reuters that Meta still had work to do in convincing people that smart glasses are a gadget they need. But he said there was scope for it to grab a big share of the market for such devices.
From OpenAI getting one step closer to making money, to how Oracle made Wall Street take notice. This is AI Weekly. Microsoft and OpenAI have struck a deal to restructure their relationship. Though the deals aren't set in stone, that should clear way for the ChatGPT maker to become a for-profit firm. OpenAI wants more freedom to work with other firms besides Microsoft, which has been its main backer. But the Windows maker wants to make sure it keeps access to the startup's AI tech. Nvidia's latest chips for the Chinese market seem to be getting a lukewarm response. Reuters sources say some major tech firms there have opted not to place orders. They say the new chip is seen as expensive for what it does, and they say performance lags older models that the US has banned for sale in China, but which are readily available through grey market channels. Oracle has gone from AI laggard to potential champion. Shares in the firm surged after it gave a bullish outlook for sales related to the new tech, while the Wall Street Journal says it has a $300 billion deal just with OpenAI. Global T Investments partner Keith Buchanan says the numbers made Wall Street take notice.
The sheer magnitude of just how quickly they've been able to get up the curve and also show it through commitments on the other side is what the big surprise was.
Donald Trump hits London for a state visit, with the two sides agreeing an AI-focused tech deal to mark the event. That will see top US firms invest billions in the country to help drive the new tech. Among other projects, Microsoft said it would spend around $30 billion to expand AI and cloud infrastructure in the UK, while also helping to build the country's biggest AI supercomputer. And AI has wildlife experts puzzled. Researchers used the tech to estimate the number of wildebeest in Africa's so-called Great Migration. The bots looked at satellite images and counted 600,000 of the animals, or less than half the number usually cited. Now the question is whether wildebeest numbers are actually falling, or if one of the two estimates is way out.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for Northwest Pennsylvania. Dense fog advisory here this morning. If you're out and about, especially low-lying areas, be careful. Other than that, looking at plenty of sunshine today and temperatures in the low 80s. Clear to partly cloudy skies tonight with a low in the upper 50s. Wrapping up the work and school week on Friday, partly cloudy skies, upper 70s. Saturday, partly cloudy, upper 70s. Sunday, isolated thunderstorms a possibility with a high of 80. Monday, scattered thunderstorms, temperatures in the low 70s. So I know we need the rain. What do you do? We need the rain. We'll go with that. All right, that is a look at your weather forecast here at 7:54 on a Thursday morning, getting you closer to the weekend. Tomorrow on the program, Emily Altamar from the Oil Region Alliance, Bruce Peterson, Mr. Sports. We got kept track last week of his picks. So we'll see how he. Well, I'll remind him how he did, and then he'll have his picks for this week. So, Steelers and Patriots this weekend.
Is there any hope?
I don't know. You know what?
I think just for the rest of the season, I'm going to expect a loss. And then if they win, I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
See? There we
Taking
go.
that
we'll
approach.
do that one.
You mentioned it's Cheeseburger Day. I see that there's a list already this morning of locations that are offering cheeseburger specials. So if you're heading to a fast food chain, there's probably going to be a cheeseburger special for you. And you can go online and search these things. But from places that are around here to places that are not around here and other parts of the U.S., you can find a lot of cheeseburger
Arby's
specials.
doesn't have a cheeseburger special.
That's probably correct. That's
so funny. They could do like the roast beef and their version, roast beef and cheese.
So National Hamburger Day took place on May 28th. And you can't just have National Hamburger Day without National Cheeseburger Day, which I personally prefer just the hamburger. I don't want cheese.
And I prefer the cheeseburger.
And you prefer the cheeseburger. So Americans eat an estimated 50 billion burgers. Isn't that crazy?
That's a lot.
50 billion each year. Nearly 3/4 of burger lovers, 74%, say they typically top their burgers with cheese. So I'm in the minority there. I just ketchup. I don't want pickles. I just want the burger and ketchup.
And I see, never mind. Go ahead.
No.
I like a good, gourmet type, flavorful burger, and you don't. You're in it like a basic.
Well, I think it depends on what's in it in terms of the flavor.
Okay.
Now, they say there's no historic significance to National Cheeseburger Day arriving annually on September 18th. But there is some dispute remains about the burger's birth. They say Pasadena, California claims to be its birthplace, with a 16-year-old short order cook serving the first one more than 100 years ago in a roadside hamburger stand there. Others claim that the cheeseburger's birthright include Kaylin's restaurant in Louisville in 1934, credited with naming it a cheeseburger. Whatever the origin of the cheeseburger, if you're craving one, many restaurants and burger joints have deals and specials going on today, including the one with the arches. Mm-hmm. If you order, I think, through the app, they said. There's the place that has the king. Mm-hmm. They have...
The Crown.
Yeah, they have, I think, some burger special going on. The Castle place has something going on. So, yeah, if you're in the mood for...
What about the girl with the red hair?
Oh, the girl with the red hair. Let me see. Doesn't say.
See? There we go.
There's the Queen. You know the Queen?
Oh, yeah.
I think she mostly does dairy. There might be something there.
There's the king,
There's a robin. What color is that robin? A red? They might be doing something. Yeah. And that there's an apple place, too.
No.
I think they have bees and maybe burgers. So you might be able to find something there. So, yeah, there's opportunities to take advantage of your cheeseburger day to day.
Also, check out your local restaurants. Maybe they have cheeseburger deals.
They might. Absolutely, yeah. Or if
There's
not, they
some
should.
great places here in town for a good burgers.
Yeah. No, that sounds... See, now I'm
hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to a king or a queen or a golden arch for a burger. I want a real burger. I give it a moment.
Or a place with a little girl with red hair.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to...
How about bacon? That sounds good, too. Those eggs.
There you go.
All right. Happy Thursday.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 0.25 percentage point.
I was fired for holding the line on scientific integrity, but that line does not disappear with me.
U.S. President Donald Trump was welcomed to Windsor with a royal procession on Wednesday as he kicked off his historic second visit to the UK. Trump and his wife Melania are being hosted by King Charles at Windsor Castle, the oldest and largest inhabited castle in the world. The British Royal Air Force jetted across the grounds in part of what Britain says is its largest military ceremonial welcome for a state visit in living memory. Trump is an overt royal fan and has made little secret of his delight at being not just the first U.S. leader, but the first elected politician to be invited for 2 state visits.
But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country.
But outside the lavish pageantry, the president's visit drew large protests. In London, thousands took to the streets holding anti-Trump posters and Palestinian flags. And in Windsor, a picture of Trump and the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was displayed on a van and on one of the castle's towers, though Trump was not there at the time. Polls show Trump is widely unpopular in Britain, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer faces plummeting poll ratings of his own, as well as economic woes. Starmer wants further progress on trade after Britain secured the first deal with Trump to lower some tariffs. He will host Trump at his Chequers country residence on Thursday.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville. Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733. For over 30 years, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating has taken pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. Our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. And with the J. Gill Service membership, you can take advantage of additional benefits like filter replacements and priority service scheduling. Plus, members get 10% off future projects. Call today to get a free estimate or ask about financing options. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online at jgillplumbingheating.com. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
211 is a simple telephone number to remember when you don't know where to go for help. Dial 211 when needing to find health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. It's free and confidential, and you'll have access to thousands of programs and services for emergency and non-emergency situations. Visit pa211nw.org to learn more, and remember, help is available by calling 211.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
U.S. stocks ended mixed on Wednesday, with the Dow gaining more than 0.5%, the S&P 500 dipping 0.1%, and the Nasdaq shedding 0.33%. The U.S. Federal Reserve cut interest rates by an expected 25 basis points and projected 2 more quarter percentage point cuts this year. While Fed Chair Jerome Powell discussed the mounting risks to employment, he said inflation concerns still must be managed. Lower rates should be a catalyst to keep the bull market rally going, says Eric Ditton, president and managing director of the Wealth Alliance.
Since 1994, there have been 8 times that the Fed has cut rates within 2 weeks of an S&P high, 1-year high. It's happened 8 times. All 8 times, the market was higher 1 year out, median 14.5%. It's just pointing to the momentum that you get in the markets when you have a dovish Fed. And that is clearly what we have now.
Financial stocks helped boost the Dow, with American Express gaining more than 2.5% and Goldman Sachs adding more than 1%. Among other movers, shares of Lyft popped more than 13% on the news that Alphabet's Waymo would launch autonomous cab rides in Nashville next year in collaboration with the ride-hailing firm. Shares of rival Uber fell 5%. And shares of Workday jumped more than 7% on the news that activist investor Elliott Management took a more than $2 billion stake in the human resources software provider.
All right, a real quick look at that forecast. Sunshine today and temperatures in the low 80s. Few passing clouds tonight with a low in the upper 50s. We'll wrap up the work and school week on Friday with partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the upper 70s. Over the weekend, Saturday, partly cloudy, upper 70s. Sunday, isolated thunderstorms, a high of 80. Monday, scattered thunderstorms with temperatures in the low 70s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:09. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joining us this morning is the executive director of the Titusville YWCA. It's Ashleigh English. Hi, Ashleigh. How are you this morning?
Real good. Enjoying the nice weather and, but then a little thankful that maybe there's going to be a few drops of rain, but I hope it avoids us for homecoming and that weekend since we'll be dancing hopefully on the lawn with the middle school students on the 27th. So we need the rain, but
yeah,
it's been avoid a few days.
It's been really nice. But I've talked to several people who have well water, and they're like, we haven't showered in months. And
wow, yeah, no, it is. And how low the water levels are in the creeks and the rivers, and yeah, definitely, little rain.
Did you make it out much over the summer, kayaking and enjoying our waterways, or not?
More on the lakes? On the lakes that got out. So yeah, and the water's always lovely, and we have lots of opportunities to find places to be.
Well, Amy and I were talking this morning because we were putting the porch furniture away, and I don't think we were out here that much this summer. It was just one of those busy summers.
The older we get, the busier time flies, and we are.
I just read a story about that this morning that said that part of that reasoning is you're not generating new memories or new experiences. So
we need lots of experiences. We need to be out and doing things and meeting people and traveling and and even if traveling means you're going to a different county, it doesn't but just seeing new things and trying new things and
that's what you do at the YW. You offer different programming and there's a lot of great things that go on.
We do. So tonight we have what we call our Momology, which is just an evening for moms to come together for about a little over an hour and just talk, do a craft, and we have some child care. So you have an opportunity just to kind of share with one another trials and tribulations of being a mom and just, talk about whatever comes to mind. So that's open to the public. And Love to have you stop by. Not, you don't have to today, but we'd love to have you maybe let us know, though, just so we make sure we have enough childcare for the children that are present. But so that's one of the things we have going on tonight. We also have a robust cheerleading program for K to 6th grade. We have what we call our little cheerleaders. They'll be at flag football this evening, just cheering their little hearts out, and we'll go to a soccer game, and we'll be at a cross-country meet. So we find different places to share our cheer and our spirit. And then we have our older girls that we would be more 3rd through 6th grade, and Rachel Brown and Morgan McClintock have been helping us with those girls and kind of honing in the skills a little bit more. But just the goal is have fun, feel good about yourself, be active, shine.
That's great. And there's been, like the last couple of weeks, a lot of just great reasons to get together. And this is a great picture here. Was that the
that's at flag football.
Yeah.
That was one of our cheer. So those are our littles. So we have about 60 girls probably participating. We don't want to say it's just for girls. Anybody can participate. But right now we do have just girls, and it's great too. You go down, with the flag football. Lots of kids participating in that program. And what else is really great is that parents are there supporting them. They're watching those kids. And every girl, when she's out there cheering, she's looking for where's mom and dad, where's grandma and grandpa. We see aunts and uncles, family, friends. That means so much to kids when you show up.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's great. And then obviously that's been going on for a while, but if somebody misses out on this stuff, what's your recommendation to them? Just pay attention to what's going on, or call.
Watch what we have going on, because there's always, new stuff. And like I said, I'm not as good with all types of social media, but Facebook is still my tried and true. I'm an old Gen Xer, so check us out on Facebook, even if it's not your media of choice. That's where you're going to find a lot of the things. We do have a website, not as good at keeping that up as I should be, but you can also go to the website just to keep. We haven't been doing a ton of new adult fitness programs, kind of waiting, because everybody wants to be outside. The weather's just too nice. So, but October we'll be getting classes going regularly from Strong Women, Strong Bones to yoga, some dance fitness. So check that out if that's something you're interested in. We also have a little fitness room. And it's small, but again, we just want people to be healthy, happy, communicate. Connectedness, those things.
Well, especially as the weather changes, you said, and maybe you're not getting outside as much. That doesn't mean you should just be sitting around. You should still be active and still be engaged in doing things.
Absolutely. And I think so much of, we have a large group of women that come in for Strong Women, Strong Bones, and it's social too. It's certainly about being around community. And that's one of the reasons why I'm attracted to doing certain classes is I think I'm a kind of a social animal, in that I love being around people and hearing their stories and sharing moments. And so, when folks say to me, well, I'm lonely or I don't have things, take those opportunities. There are a lot of things in the community that are free, that are affordable. Do you have to look? Yeah, you do. That's one of the things. We don't have that daily paper anymore, but watch the stream. Get on social media, check out our weekly paper. People still are posting in that, but find a way to connect.
Well, I was going to say, once you start connecting, you're having conversations.
Then you're more connected.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So.
You get involved with one thing and you hear about, this is going on here. This is going on there. Because there is a lot going on in our community that's very affordable, oftentimes free, but you do have to look for it.
And don't sell yourself short on the social media stuff. I know your friends are impressed that you migrated from MySpace over to Facebook. So, that's
there you
good.
go. There you go. That's true. So
September, and this is a great lead-in, with everything that you offer, membership opportunities. And September is membership month.
September is membership month, and we always say, being a member of the YWCA is saying, I support the things that you do. I support At our YWCA, we offer shelter and housing supportive services. We have a Fun Factory preschool program. We offer a variety of programs for recreation, mental health support. Community events that are free and open to the public. So you're just saying, I support what you do, and I want to be a member and be a part of that. So here's my $30 membership fee. Again, it's just saying, I support the work you do. Men and women alike. YWCA is open to men to be members. So don't hesitate to, stop by, or you can go online. Love for you to show us a little love and support by getting that membership, renewing it.
And that's
to
a
stay with
year.
us. That's for the year. And like I said, we're not a health club. We're not, there's not huge things like I'm going to get this or I'm going to get that. It's just saying, I support the work that you do, and I want to see those things continue.
And I think, again, when people see that, all these programs are taking place, and membership is just part of supporting those things that go on throughout the year, because I know it's important to keep costs down. So when you have an event, that's why I think you've said in the past, we're charging $5 for this event, but really the costs are more. We just want people to be able to, do it and afford to do it, but it just covers some minimal things.
It really covers what we have to purchase. Like most of our things that we're doing, staff time's kind of just donated. And we do have a large group of volunteers that help us out with things, but it really is just covering some of those basic costs. So again, your membership is just saying, I like what you do. Please do it. And something like Fall Fest, which will be happening October 18th, we will have food and games and lots of fun, and people just come. You don't have to, there's no fee. Anybody is welcome. It's more aimed at children for sure. We're not, it's not an evening event or anything like that. But anybody's welcome to come and just enjoy the afternoon. Hopefully, again, that the rain doesn't come on that day either. But, and we do offer some groups. We offer a women's group, which is just kind of a sharing of sisterhood. We'll be getting that group going again. So many things take a break in the summer times, but we will be getting that group open, and that, again, free, open to everybody. Just if you need an ear, kind of, that come on in and we'll sit around a table and share. And we also have a support group for parents that have lost children. We're getting that going again, and anybody is welcome. That's going to be second and fourth Wednesdays, but anybody can reach out at any time if you feel like you need an ear. Don't hesitate to contact me with a call, with an email, message me on Facebook. We're there to listen.
And should they call ahead for that?
No,
Okay.
just show up.
All right.
Just show up. We'll be in the activities building for that group.
You mentioned homecoming right around the corner, and again, the homecoming dance for middle school students, correct?
Middle school. So that's 6 to 8. It's not it's not semi-formal like the high school. This is, come wear your brown and gold. Jeans are a good idea. We'll be outside, weather permitting. We'll have popcorn and cotton candy going, and this is we're going to keep it simple. Okay, brown and gold. We don't, we're not doing, there's a thing going around on Facebook right now of women in their bathing suits in the 40s and how they've become the new homecoming dresses.
No.
And super cute, but that's for high school. This is middle school. We're doing brown and gold.
Okay. You won't see me in a bathing suit. So, you're watching the Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Ashleigh English with us here this morning from the Titusville YWCA. It's been nice weather. We know winter's coming,
Winter's
though.
coming.
Fun Factory off and running. Just giving parents a heads up. you follow the same schedule as Titusville Area School
Pretty much
District?
as the Titusville Area School District, although we oftentimes are open when they close.
Okay.
So that's something that we, unless it's really, and then Amy's reaching out to our parents to let them know. But we do have things coming up. We're opening up our gym 2 days a week for playgroup, which would be like a toddler preschool thing. Again, caregivers. It's not, it's parent caregiver directed. So grandma, grandpa, bring the little ones, let them have some time in the gym. Again, it's so nice. Go to the park right now. But soon we will be forced into the gyms. And we try to coordinate that so it matches up with what the library's doing too with their story times. So that's going on. Amy and I just had sat down and we're filling in different things for those traditional parties, our dances that we do, trying to get, looking at the 26 calendar, and we got things marked down, and we are starting to post those on our Facebook page and website so you can save the dates.
Excellent. You did mention Fall Festival. There's the poster for that, so you'll see that on the Facebook page as well. That's coming up right around the corner. It seems like you hit Fall Festival, and then it's like Turkey Trot. I mean, it's just like...
Oh, gosh, yeah. Turkey Trot, boy. So, yeah, and what I'd like to say to people is you can go right on to Run Sign Up and register for Turkey Trot. We're looking for sponsors also for a small amount of $50. You can have your name listed on the back of our race shirt. And what I want you to know is runners 18 and under run for free. There are costs still involved, though, with those kids running because the timing companies need to be reimbursed for their efforts and just the things that they come, the little snacks that they eat and things like that. And we have made the T-shirts totally optional. Costs have just gotten so much higher for those types of things. So we keep our race fee low. But it is a great family event. We have lots of fun. We have our 2025 shirt up already.
That's really cool.
It is a cute shirt. So one thing I wanted to say, though, so you can go to Run sign up electronically, pay the fees that they charge. If you want to avoid some of those fees, drop it off, send it in the mail to us, your registration, what you're looking for, and we can take Venmo as well. So cash or check, or Venmo, sorry, no credit cards. Those fees hit a little hard at times but yeah, so sponsorship, if you're a business, if you're a family, maybe you're a family and you say, let's put the English family as a sponsor or whatever, it's still able to do that, and it really is a fun event, and it supports a good cause.
I just can't believe it's just like right around the corner.
It sneaks up. It does. It sneaks up.
And again, that information is also on the Facebook page, so you can get it, print it out and fill it out and do whatever you need to do. And
go on Run Sign Up or pop in anytime.
That's great. You mentioned those sponsorship opportunities. Again, really helps to support the event. And when you see... If you've never been to the event, when you see all the families or the individuals that come from all over, it's amazing to watch.
It really is, because we have about 300 participants, the people that actually run, walk, do the 5K. But then lots of family supporters that maybe aren't up for the 5K that morning, but they're going to come with their coffee and stand along the street and watch the runners come in. And so it really is. It's a nice event.
And if you're hosting Thanksgiving that day and you're tired of everybody standing around saying, what can I do to help? Say, hey, why don't you go do this?
Yep.
And then they come back, they're tired.
Absolutely. And we do have same-day registration. So we do have same-day registration. So pop down.
All right. Again, that's coming up in November on Thanksgiving. So.
On Thanksgiving morning.
Wow.
Absolutely.
All right. There's so much going on. Again, Facebook page, website. We talked about membership opportunities. If somebody, as you get close to the end of the year and people are saying, well, I'd like to just get rid of some money for tax purposes, can they sit down and have a conversation?
Absolutely. I love nothing more than to talk about the YWCA and the programs that we offer and the things that we do. So absolutely, again, reach out, call, email, message, text.
Do you kind of keep like a list of ongoing projects like, okay, here's the buildings that we have and maintain, and we're going to be needing this down the road, or here's something we would like to do with this program, and this is kind of what we need?
Absolutely. And, we've got the 3 buildings that we maintain are beautiful. They're right in the gallery district of the city. So we want them to look nice. We really want our campus is what I'll call it, to shine, because, we're sitting in between those the shelters between the 2 beautiful churches, and we got the library, and it's a beautiful block. And I really think it's a diamond of the community, and definitely we're proud of it, and we want to keep it looking that way.
Space that you have there available for people to rent if there's nothing?
There is. The gym is available for birthday parties. It's a great place for birthday parties. Kitchens comes with that, but do not call me a week ahead of time this time of year and think you're getting a date. So right now I've got people that have already booked into January. So I don't want to scare, that doesn't mean we don't have dates available, but I've got those ones that they're right on it, and they're calling already about, things in the first of the year. But come October, we get pretty busy.
Recap the things that are coming up right around the corner, including Fall Festival.
So we got the Fall Festival coming up. Turkey Trot's around the corner. This is membership month, and homecoming dance. And like I said, our groups, our fitness classes. OC 100 is October 4th. I plan to participate in that event. So after I get through with that, we'll get a few more things going. And I keep telling people, let me get through the 4th, and then we'll go. And what a great event that is as well.
And the preschool play group?
That's going on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that we've started now. So people are free to start coming in for that as well. But the parks are still pretty amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of great things happening. And again, it's just a phone call or looking up Facebook and
pop in,
and talk. All right, Ashleigh, good to see you.
Thanks so much.
If folks have questions, want more information, how do they get a hold of you?
You can email director@ywca.titusville.org. You can find find the YWCA on social media. I think I do pretty good at responding to questions when they pop up. And again, just stop in.
Yeah, especially on MySpace, right? That's
yeah.
Well, good to see you. Thank you, Ashleigh.
Thanks so
Take
much.
care.
Have a great one.
You too.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 1/4 percentage point.
I was fired for holding the line on scientific integrity, but that line does not disappear with me.
U.S. President Donald Trump was welcomed to Windsor with a royal procession on Wednesday as he kicked off his historic second visit to the UK. Trump and his wife Melania are being hosted by King Charles at Windsor Castle, the oldest and largest inhabited castle in the world. The British Royal Air Force jetted across the grounds in part of what Britain says is its largest military ceremonial welcome for a state visit in living memory. Trump is an overt royal fan and has made little secret of his delight at being not just the first U.S. leader, but the first elected politician to be invited for 2 state visits.
But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country.
But outside the lavish pageantry, the president's visit drew large protests. In London, thousands took to the streets holding anti-Trump posters and Palestinian flags. And in Windsor, a picture of Trump and the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was displayed on a van and on one of the castle's towers, though Trump was not there at the time. Polls show Trump is widely unpopular in Britain, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer faces plummeting poll ratings of his own, as well as economic woes. Starmer wants further progress on trade after Britain secured the first deal with Trump to lower some tariffs. He will host Trump at his Chequers country residence on Thursday.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch.
Time.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Oh, you don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
U.S. stocks ended mixed on Wednesday, with the Dow gaining more than 0.5%, the S&P 500 dipping 0.1%, and the Nasdaq shedding 0.33%. The U.S. Federal Reserve cut interest rates by an expected 25 basis points and projected 2 more quarter percentage point cuts this year. While Fed Chair Jerome Powell discussed the mounting risks to employment, he said inflation concerns still must be managed. Lower rates should be a catalyst to keep the bull market rally going, says Eric Ditton, president and managing director of the Wealth Alliance.
Since 1994, there have been 8 times that the Fed has cut rates within 2 weeks of an S&P high, 1-year high. It's happened 8 times. All 8 times, the market was higher 1 year out, median 14.5%. It's just pointing to the momentum that you get in the markets when you have a dovish Fed. And that is clearly what we have now.
Financial stocks helped boost the Dow, with American Express gaining more than 2.5% and Goldman Sachs adding more than 1%. Among other movers, shares of Lyft popped more than 13% on the news that Alphabet's Waymo would launch autonomous cab rides in Nashville next year in collaboration with the ride-hailing firm. Shares of rival Uber fell 5%. And shares of Workday jumped more than 7% on the news that activist investor Elliott Management took a more than $2 billion stake in the human resources software provider.
Well, here's that forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Sunshine today and temperatures in the low 80s. A few passing clouds tonight with a low in the upper 50s. Friday, wrapping up the work and school week, partly cloudy skies, upper 70s into the weekend. Saturday, partly cloudy, upper 70s. Sunday, isolated thunderstorms, a high of 80. Monday, scattered thunderstorms, low 70s for a high. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:39. This is the morning drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Spooky season right around the corner, and one of the area's coolest, newest attractions opened last season at 2 Mile Run County Park, and the man who put that all together is with us here today, Mr. Jeremy Wakefield. Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Can I just say last year was simply incredible what you did out there at 2 Mile Run County Park.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if incredible is the exact word
It's
I would
incredible.
use.
It was incredible.
But, yeah, we were very happy with last year, being our first year.
So some people we were with, and they were like, there's no offense to this whatsoever. This is not what I was expecting. This is awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you to whoever said that.
Yeah, well, so kind of go back, talk about the idea, talk about implementing it last year, and then we'll get into what you're doing this year.
Well, once again, always been a fan of haunted houses. Been through several, worked in several, and it's always one of those, man, if I was in charge, I would do this or I would do that. You know, I would do this differently. I would do this better. I would change this. And at some point, you just think about it. It's like, maybe we should just try it. You know, so a group of friends with common interest got together, threw some ideas on the table. You know, how can we do this? And then the search for a location, started then. You know, and it was a good year looking for locations and stuff. Having the opportunity at 2 Mile was phenomenal. You know, being able to partner with them and use their space and give back to the community at the same time was just an awesome opportunity. And last year, just running around trying to put things together, and get stuff pulled off. So again, it's a cool experience for everybody. An evening where they can go do something in the area that they don't get to do every other time of the year, because it is, as you said, spooky season.
Yeah. So here's the other part of that, right? 2 Mile Run. It's and you'll have to explain because it's such a large area where it's located. But when you're driving into the park and getting to where it's located, that part's creepy in itself at night. So it really adds to the whole scene setting experience.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how do folks find the location?
That's not easy. So GPS will get you close.
Okay.
Because as you said, 2 Mile is big. So the pinpoint is up on the hill somewhere, where GPS takes you. But once you get close to the area, all the main routes have signage for 2 Mile. And then all those signs during this time of year have signage for ScaryTree Acres.
Okay.
With arrows and whatnot. So some of them are small, some of them are big. Just follow the signs, and you'll get to where you need to be.
All right. So once you find it, again, maybe recap last year and that experience, and then what is new and exciting about this year.
Sure. So once you get there, it'll be the same as last year. You go in, you can purchase your tickets, which you can buy ahead of time as well, in the main office. And then you go through, and you can kind of pick and choose. There's 3 or 4 different areas, and I say 3 or 4 because one is kind of 2 in 1, that you can go and you can kind of pick that experience, or, per the advice of whoever's giving the tickets, usually my wife, she'll kind of lead you in the right direction how to go through the haunt. We did do an add-on attraction this year. So not everybody likes clowns. We realized that. So we made a separate area just for those people who like clowns or not sure if they like clowns. They can go through that, but that is an add-on attraction on top of the general admission attraction. So if they choose to do that, for a little upcharge, they can go through and do that as well, where they don't have to, because some people, they really opt out when it comes to clowns.
Yeah. It's, you either like them or you don't.
You really don't like them.
Yeah, you really don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much planning goes into this season versus last? Was there anything where you said, okay, we can take a deep breath this year because we did a lot of the work last year, or not the case? It's reinventing.
There's a little bit of that. So any business, I think there's building years, where you have to kind of build up inventory, whether it's building materials or props in our instance. But you look into what did we do last year that we could have done better? Because I think throughout the season you kind of pinpoint some things where, this didn't really work the way I thought it was going to. Can we tweak that a little bit and make it better? What worked really well, can we keep that? But still make it different for people that come back. That's the big challenge for me, is I don't want it to be the same thing every time. I want people to be able to experience a different thing. But those that didn't experience last year will get a little bit of taste of what was there last year as well. So kind of make it fresh for everybody.
Yeah. So was there any point this year where you just said, oh, okay, we don't have to build these walls. They're done. We just have to put them up. I mean, was there some relief that you could work on other things, or is it still ongoing pressure to, okay, even though the walls were made last year, we still have to do this, this, and this?
Yeah. So with the addition of another attraction, obviously that's a whole new set of materials. We could use some of the materials we had last year by changing some things up a little bit. But a majority of what it is kind of retooling everything to make it work. So when you retool something, you may need more materials, and that really what it comes down to is there's a little bit of relief saying, hey, I have all these things made, but then once you add it in and tweak it and change it a little bit, you have to add more, take away some. It's an ongoing process. But again, as we get into next year, and we hope to continue to do this, we'll be able to again tweak those things, but build up our material base.
I want to ask you what the feedback was last year, because I know. I don't mean this in a negative way. It's never good enough. It's always working on the next thing, right?
Sure.
How do we make it better? Which is great.
Right.
We do that with things that we do. How do you make it better? Even though everybody's saying to you, this is awesome.
Right.
In your mind, there's things you want to work out. What's some of the feedback you heard last year from people that went through? And then what's been the support like? Because it is a county park. So you're working with a county employee. You're working with the commissioners.
Sure.
What was their feedback? And let's start with the people that actually bought the tickets, came through, and what was that feedback like?
Well, I think you said it was this is not what we expected. Everybody came out there not really expecting anything, I don't think. They didn't have expectations of it's going to be this or that. They just said, hey, this is cool that they're doing it. Let's check it out. And last year we put a lot of work into making it bigger than we would have or actually could have. We added some things just to make it bigger than our initial vision, just to get that reaction of, wow, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah. Where you're not buying a ticket and you're done in 2 minutes.
Right.
You're there for a while.
Right. And that's the experience. Our idea was to have it be kind of an evening getaway, right? Where you can go and spend a couple hours. We had a couple different food vendors there, where they could buy some snacks and stuff like that, hang out. 2 Mile, their Beach Eats was there, doing popcorn and cotton candy, things like that, hot dogs, whatever. Yeah. Plus we had some local groups, and we're always up to having more vendors come out, hang out with us for the night. And if you sell some things, great. I can't promise anything, because when it comes to what attendance is going to be, that's just let's see if people show up. You know? It's one of those things that's hard to gauge now this early in the stage of the business. But yeah, it's back to experiences. Everybody's like, man, this was awesome. And then you have friends and family that give you that criticism. And it's good criticism, but hey, this area was kind of bleak. There wasn't a lot going on there. And again, it was through some staffing issues and things like that, where you have to make changes, you have to adapt and still make it as cool as you possibly can. So adding things to those empty spaces was a big part of what we did this year to kind of help the experience, the overall experience.
Yeah, that's great. You mentioned the volunteer part of it. Is that something that everything's good in that department, or if somebody maybe had an interest in volunteering, they could reach out to you to do
We
that?
will always take volunteers. Okay. This year we were able to introduce a few paid positions, which is something I wanted to do, where we can give a little bit of money. We give money back to volunteer groups. So if you have a group out there that's looking to raise some funds for something, let us know. We have 2 or 3 scheduled already for this year, where they're going to come out and bring some people in. And then for their time that they donate to the haunt, we'll give their organization some proceeds of the benefits that night.
Oh, wow. All right. The commissioners' take on it. I think a couple of them came out last year.
Yeah. A couple of them definitely did. Gone through, they loved it. They loved the experience. They loved the fact that there was something, in the community to do. We did have one of the staff at 2 Mile decided not to go through because he walked through as we're setting things up, and he's like, if the lights are off and I'm walking through here, it's not going to happen. So he never actually went through.
But appreciated it.
But he appreciated the fact that it was there, and one of our biggest promoters, by all means, always talking about, what's something they can do, and they have campsites and stuff throughout the season now. And they're promoting ScaryTree the entire time, which is awesome. Again, with the partnership, that's just phenomenal.
That's great. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Jeremy Wakefield with us here this morning. ScaryTree Acres, which opens up when?
October 3rd.
Coming up.
Coming up, a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yep.
That's every Friday and Saturday nights. Starting
October.
At what time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay. We'll get to tickets in a moment where you can find those. But just getting this all together, the park is obviously open, as you said. So your time to get in and get things set up is short.
Right.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
How's that coming along?
It's coming along, and it's a labor of love, because I love the haunted stuff. I love to see, once we get everything set up, I like to see the final project or the final product.
Yeah.
And the best part is, kind of being in the behind the scenes and watching people go through and seeing their reactions, talking to people in between attractions, when they're going from one attraction to the next one, or definitely afterwards, we ask for that photo op, take a picture with our sign and put it on Facebook because we want your friends and family to come check us out too. Just having that experience and seeing that people are enjoying themselves out there. I mean, that's the reason I do it. I've always loved scaring people anyhow, but just getting that reaction from people where they like, hey, this was awesome. We liked it. Or we got so scared we didn't even make it through. That's another fun one.
Yeah, or we'll be back tomorrow night or next weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right, so kind of walk us through the different parts that are part of ScaryTree Acres out at 2 Mile Run County Park.
Certainly, excuse me. So we'll just go attraction by attraction.
Okay.
So we have a basement attraction, which is in the basement of the office building. So obviously we call it basement because that was easy. It's a basement, so let's call it the basement.
Yeah.
They go through that attraction.
Sort of a warm up, right?
Kind of a warm up. Yeah. And it's smaller of all the attractions. It's the smallest. But as it goes through, and that kind of gives you a gauge of what to expect, knowing that it may get a little scarier. So if the basement really gets you, then you have better things to look forward to. So go through the basement, and this is just in the order that we kind of set it up. Again, I said you can kind of pick and choose how you want to do it. And then we go through Mackey Manor. We named it Mackey Manor because we used the Mackey Pavilion out there. So you go through the Mackey Manor, and that's the home where Mama lives. That's Mama's house, so to speak. And there's a whole storyline that you can follow through. Where Mama's kind of taken that house and she runs things. Okay, she's in charge. You go through there, you go out through a little garden area, and then you go into the catacombs area, which is, as stated, catacombs. It's kind of underground. Some scary things there, and a surprise at the end as well, which I won't state, but something cool to look forward to. Now, leaving the catacombs, you come out of the deep, dark catacombs into the graveyard. Graveyard then leads you to the ScaryTree Trail, which is an active trail. So the trail is used year round. So we kind of have to build it and design it around the fact that, the cross country teams are going to be running on there, for things like that. Mountain bikers are out there. The occasional horse comes along, not necessarily supposed to be on the trail, but horses show up from time to time. So we kind of designed that. Where you go through a trail in the woods, which is if you just put a couple candles in the woods and walk through, that'd be scary enough at night because it's dark out there.
Right. And some people said that the ticket price was worth just going on the trail.
Sure. Yeah. And there's so the trail, and we did add a little bit to the trail this year to make it a little bit longer. A couple other feature spots out there, which was from feedback from last year. Have a little bit more going on the trail. And then when you leave the trail, that's the general admission ticket is those 3 or 4 attractions if you count the manor and the catacombs separately. And then from there, the additional attraction is called Jester's Revenge. A little bit on the storyline, the Jester was on the trail last year. He got kicked out of the trail, and he took a bunch of his friends and made his own trail. So Jester's Revenge is kind of his playground, and it's carnival themed. Obviously clowns, jesters, things like that. So that has a small trail as well that leads into a fun house. So yeah,
wow,
exciting
okay.
stuff.
So you don't have to wait for the weekend to get your tickets or to figure out, right? You can get them now.
You can.
Okay.
You can.
So talk about that process, and if somebody gets their tickets in advance but gets there and they want to go through it again, they can also get tickets.
They can buy tickets at the door for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly. So online tickets ahead of time, you can buy ScaryTreeAcres.com. You can go in there and just click the buy tickets link, and that'll take you right to the ticketing website, and you can purchase your tickets there. You can pick your days that you want to be there, and then purchase as many tickets as you'll need for the night. You can do the add-on there as well. If you decide to do the add-on while you're on site, you can do that at the box office as well.
Okay.
And then cash or credit. Obviously, credit would be online. You can do cash or credit at the box office.
Okay. And there's also some other goodies that are available at the box office that you can pick up
Certainly,
as well.
yeah. We have a small inventory of some fun things like T-shirts. We added hats this year. Things you can purchase. Little novelty things. Just some spooky stuff. That you can purchase while you're there.
Yeah. You've had some, at least last year, as I recall, maybe some folks who spent a lot of time going to different haunts throughout the region.
Oh, yeah.
That reached out to you, maybe from Pittsburgh area or other
Oh, yeah,
places.
for sure.
What's the feedback like from those folks who are kind of in the industry?
So again, it goes back to that first year.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people that are veterans to haunts and they do the haunting stuff, we had some podcast, style people that came through, the bloggers, those type of people that are doing YouTube videos and things like that come through, that have been to several haunts. And it was like, this is your first year? Really? That was one of the responses. Or, for your first year, I'm blown away. I'm excited to see what you're going to do next year. And so that means they're coming back, and I've reached out to a couple of those, YouTube personalities, that do the haunted stuff. We have 2 or 3 of them visiting again this year, which is phenomenal, and it's great. And we appreciate that support too.
Are you taking notes down during the course of last year, or once everything wrapped up, you're jotting down notes? Okay, here's things we're going to start working on for next year.
It's ongoing. I take down notes in my head. A lot of that, and then jotting things down. If I get an opportunity to jot something down, sure, I'll write it down. But there's always ideas floating around in my head of things we can do better. And again, it's based on the experience. As people are going through, it's like, man, that if we did this a little bit, and I will tweak things during the season as well. If you want to talk to me when you're out there, good luck finding me because I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
Just kind of behind the scenes, and I'm fixing this. And, last year we had a customer run into a wall because she got scared and we had to go fix the bottom of the wall. Little things like that.
Yeah.
Just constantly fixing some stuff. And again, the customer was fine, by the way. She just got really scared. So she chose to go through the wall instead of around it.
Is that like one of those, that's great. Well, no, I'm glad they're okay, but
yeah.
That's scary.
yeah.
And did you ever find that kid?
No.
Okay,
we never found him. But if we do, we're going to put him in the haunt.
Okay, good.
So,
good. We're joking.
It's a joke.
Jeremy, real quick, give us a rundown. Where can folks get the tickets, and give us the nights, and when does this start?
Certainly. So ScaryTreeAcres.com. You can purchase your tickets ahead of time on there. Check us out on Facebook. There's links on Facebook to get to where you need to go for tickets as well. You can buy tickets at the box office in person when you show up that night. Tickets ahead at this point don't really give you a lot of advantage other than when you get there, you scan in and you go. Whereas if you don't have your tickets ahead, you may have to stand in a little bit of a line to purchase your tickets. But if you've been to haunted houses, lines are a thing. You kind of wait in line to go where you need to go.
And it's fun.
And it's fun. It's fun to hang out in line. And like I said, you can choose. Like if you see the basement line is pretty long and you want to jump ahead and do the trail, we can get you up to the trail and you can do the trail first. We can do those type of things. But opening night, October 3rd, that's a Friday. Every Friday and Saturday in October, and November 1st, which is the first Saturday in November. So we get a full Friday, Saturday weekend that weekend.
All right. ScaryTree Acres, 2 Mile Run County Park. Good to see you this morning.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
Thanks.